Morning, y'all. Private equity managers are using South Dakota Trust to avoid state taxes on carried interest. Carried interest is not a salary, it is a share of the profits. When a private equity fund sells a company, the managers usually receive about 20% of the gain. That share is called carried interest or carry. Federally, it is treated as capital gain if the investment is held long enough. That means a lower tax rate than wages. Unlike stock options, carry is taxed when deals exit. There's no deferral for decades. For managers living in high tax states, that creates a large annual state tax bill. The strategy begins early, right after a new fund is raised. Before deals mature, the manager transfers their future carried interest into a non-grantor trust. At that moment, the carry is worth very little. Gift tax cost stays low. Once transferred, the trust becomes the taxpayer. The manager no longer owns the carry. The trust does. From there, the income flows to the trust as deals close. Federal tax rules still apply. Nothing changes at the IRS level. The change happens at the state level. If the trust is administered in a state with no income tax, the state tax bill is zero unless money leaves the trust. Most managers simply do not take distributions. Instead, the trust buys assets, homes, art, jewelry. The manager rents or borrows against them under contract. The money stays inside the trust. The state never sees it. This is where South Dakota stands apart. Many states have no income tax for individuals, but that's not enough. South Dakota allows non-grantor trust with unusual features. No income tax, no capital gain tax, no estate tax. Trust can last forever. The creator can be beneficiary, strong asset protection law, independent professional trustees, decades of settled case law. Other states offer pieces of this. South Dakota offers all of it, cleanly in one place. Florida works if the manager moves there. Texas works for operating businesses. Nevada and Wyoming come close but lack depth and history. South Dakota built an industry instead. Trust officers, law firms, accountants, compliance teams. By 2024, more than $800 billion sat inside South Dakota trust companies. Most of it belongs to people who do not live there. South Dakota does not collect income tax on this money. It collects fees, jobs, and permanence. High tax states see something else. They see income created elsewhere, tax nowhere locally. They call it unfair. The law calls it jurisdiction. Federal law decides what the income is. State law decides who gets to tax it. South Dakota chose not to. Until federal carried interest rules change, the map will keep shifting. Capital moves quietly, early, and on paper. Lo sabes.